there's a delay. You have to just start talking.
Wait, we're talking now?
Every time.
Hey.
Every time.
Hey, everybody. SimGuru Steve does not give us any cues.
When I said 3, 2, 1, you're live.
Well, we don't know what comes after 1.
All right, shut it all down. Let's start over. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
SimGuru George here with SimGuru Ninja. We're here to show you SP15. In the back, we have SimGuru Mannequin. We're going to show you the Moschino stuff pack. It's actually been quite a while since we've released a stuff pack. Just a refresher for all the new people and for people who have forgotten.
I've forgotten. What is a stuff pack?
So we have expansion packs. These are the big meaty meals that you get. Big, lots of stuff in them. We have game packs. So, those are your hors d'oeuvres, stuff that really get you through.
Some game packs.
But what are stuff packs? Stuff packs are candy. They are the little bits of flavor that we add here and there. They're little morsels.
Little icing on the cake that's The Sims 4.
Yeah, exactly. So these are, well, for those in America, it's like $10, but you look online, you can see where it is.
So this is a normal price stuff pack.
Normal price stuff pack.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But something special. This one's partnered with Moschino. And we will show you, if you don't know, what Moschino is in a little bit. As you can tell, they made our fabulous clothes here. SimGuru Ninja here is all decked out in his normal workwear. And we have
SimGuru Mr. E here.
Oh, hi guys. I didn't see you guys here.
Yeah.
Over here.
Just casually stepping in.
Yeah.
You may recognize him from the Guru Garages. The Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah. Morgan.
Yeah. So we have a lot of new cast assets, but these are all actually assets that are made by Moschino. They're in the real world. You can buy most of these if you really want to, but we're going to show you that you can get them in the stuff pack, and we'll show you them here as well.
Yeah.
So with that, let's go to the game.
Let's show off this pack.
Hey, Steve, you missed your mark. Should I count down? Hashtag blame Steve.
Professional.
All right.
So here, look, we have a new lot here. We're going to do something different than most stuff packs. We're not going to go straight into cast. We're going to show you some of the build and gameplay objects we have.
Yeah. So as George said, this is a stuff pack. It's a collaboration with Moschino. Moschino's a high-end Italian fashion designer. They did release a real-world collection a little while ago that had some pieces you can maybe see in the back here or on us. And this pack is all about high fashion and fashion photography. So George made a couple of lots, or made a couple of rooms on his lot here to tell this story.
Yeah. And here on lot, we have a lot of new game. We have a lot of stuff to show you guys here. So I'm just going to really quickly back out. You can look at this stuff here, and we're going to zoom back in. We'll go over that in a little bit.
Now we are in the Del Sol Valley world from Get Famous, but we really like the views on here, so we thought for your up-and-coming fashion photographer, this is going to have some awesome backdrops.
And although we're in this world, I'll tell you now that everything I've built on this lot comes from either base game or the Moschino stuff pack. So here we go. We have a new career, and this is our photographer. This is Mara.
Hey, I like that sweater. She's looking good.
Yeah,
She looks good in that sweater, man.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I really like it.
With this pack, we're giving you guys a new Freelancer Career. It's the first time we've done this in the stuff pack. And Mara here, she's at the top of her game. She has been doing this for a little bit, has been doing a lot of shoots. As you can see, she built her whole house here based on work. She works hard, she uses the potty, and she eats microwave food. That's all she does in this place.
She has her priorities in order.
Yeah. And who's this with her? This is Alton. Alton is her apprentice. He wants to become a photographer. So he's moved in. He's been a fashion subject for hers for a little bit, and now he's ready to get in the career as well.
I really like Mara's hair.
Yeah. That is one of our new hairs. As you can see, she's also wearing one of our new earrings.
Rocking the Bum Bob earrings.
Yeah.
Which like Bob back here is rocking.
Bob is doing that, yeah. So you can see when we built this house, we've used a lot of our new build assets here. We have a welcome area in here. I absolutely love the colors in this pack. This pack is not so much about the suburbs. This is all about like those flashy lofts that you expect a big artist to have. This is, obviously bright yellow. We have these nice angled colors over here. Nice art.
I love the art in this.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our art director Cheyenne. She really nailed it out of the park here.
Yeah.
She was really trying to create that kind of industrial
Yeah.
photo studio vibe. And
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
absolutely like loving the build mode items that we're getting in this pack.
Yeah. Here's another waiting area here. Gone with the turquoise motif here. You may have seen this in Simguru Ninja's Twitter feed. He showed off this view before. See, we have big neon wall signs. Everyone's been loving this.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked the windows. They all called them out.
The windows
never do these windows again.
Never do these windows?
Those windows are all right, but come on, the big reveal here. That bookshelf. You guys see that bookshelf? Come on.
This bookshelf.
Look at that.
I do like the
I love this
bookshelf.
bookshelf. It is so nice, right? You got a little lamp up there.
Little records.
Yeah, yeah.
Records
For
are the
for
best thing,
90% of chat right now, records are these big circular devices that used to go on a machine to play.
A lot better sound quality than anything you've ever.
They're
heard.
like big CDs.
I'm going to go into build real quick. So you guys keep talking about this. I'm going to show off some of the colors we have here.
So like for 50% of chat, CDs are like little mini records that also go on a device that used to play music.
Yeah. Here. We have these nice couches. Oh, I love these. So I don't think we've shown off the color variants of these yet. But if you look at the windows, you get the standard windows, but then you got some of these really bright, beautiful
I really
colors
like this
here.
red and black. Yeah, that's
The colors, the shadows coming through, I love it so much. I love
You
it
got
so
the
much.
Open and closed version here.
You can really get that loft studio feel with these windows. Like
Yes.
you really can.
Yeah.
I really like it a lot. And with that natural lighting too, some of
it right.
using these bay windows when you are taking pictures of your clients allows you to get natural lighting if you don't want to use your studio lights.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's been some really cool arrangements where you can put those the non-curved windows on the bottom, and then on top of that put the curved windows. You can get some really cool shapes.
Yeah.
Again, just like hits that industrial vibe really hard.
We've got stacks of deco objects, magazines to for your people to watch. This is I keep talking about this. This is my favorite little deco object, the librarian here. Everyone's laughing at me. The librarian is awesome. I like him in hot pink. Yeah, there we go.
Man, so punny.
Very funny. We got a new couch set here.
Yeah, so I like these chairs.
Oh, I like some here. I'm gonna go straight to the back.
Yeah.
There's some great textures on these ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's a really
These are
good
bold.
mix.
These
Yeah,
are
there's
really
there's a
bold.
good mix of like solid colors. You know, not every build, not every room you're gonna want these
Houndstooth.
bright, really crazy designs on it. So I do really appreciate those kind of like basic color swatches.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
beyond
think-
that, I do get excited by some of the kind of like
The flashier stuff, right?
yeah.
So I think just like even the clothing here, your furniture is an art piece that you would show off. Like you walk into a room, there's no way you're not going to notice these couches. Like they just draw your eye, and that's what they're there for.
Yeah, I like the glass top pieces on that, and also the little corner table there.
Yeah.
If you zoom in, you can see there's like a little glass piece on top there.
Oh yeah, you can just barely see it, but it's there.
Very nice, right?
That's cool.
I'm digging it.
You got a new sort of end table to park all the items you want on top of.
Now I'm a big fan of clutter. Like I love like this room right now is pretty pristine. If this was like my house, I'd probably have a lot more clutter in it. That's why like I'm super excited by the magazine pile.
Yeah.
Like it's a small thing, but I really like having that. And there's some really cool variants on that one as well. So if you want to kind of like switch the cover around, you can get a few different kind of looks in here. It's not going to always be this exact same cover every time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Variants.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Go here.
Somebody was asking if the scary gnome is part of the bookshelf.
That's a definitely.
I believe we just put it there
Dave
for
put
fun.
it here on
Yeah.
purpose. He wanted to mess with the audience.
Yeah.
So you can see there's plenty of little spaces you can go here. Drops of fun. Oh, I actually love this piece too.
Oh
This
yeah, I
is
put this up in my.
G for
studio,
grid off,
too.
people say.
yes, I know. There
There
we
we
go.
I threw this up in my studio on the profile on my Twitter. I like the way this thing looks. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. The color variance on it is really cool.
Yeah,
too.
and what's it for? It's just art. It's there.
Art.
It's a great backdrop for photos if you need it there. It's just it's nice.
I'm a little more partial to the neon one. I really
neon.
like that. Again, like hitting that kind of
yeah.
like industrial vibe.
Oh yeah, this is only it's
One
a
color.
light. Sorry,
One light.
I think you already set your color, but
And people were definitely asking from the trailer that went out a few days ago, is the little like chat bubble thing, is that just a wall deco or is it a mirror? So I think you can see here in the shot, it is definitely a mirror, which is pretty cool.
Cool. It's a different type. I like it because you can also use it in your kids' room.
we're vampires. No. Sorry.
It's got that kind of comic book feel to it too.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Kind of partial to the comic book thing.
Yeah. I think I saw a question that does it change shape? No, it just changes colors. You get the one sort of chat bubble here in all the colors you want. There you go. So leave it lime green.
Yeah, green.
That works great. So, there we go. But let's pull back out here because this goes into a lot more of what we want to do as well.
All right, so we're in our business area.
Yeah. So I set this up with Mara when she was just a photographer. She does a lot of work here. So we set up a studio. This is the main place where she does her work. We got tall ceilings, so I'm using these really fancy new lights we have.
Dude, I love these lights. These lights, one of my favorite things about
seriously,
lay
put
out.
them
Anywhere.
Yeah. They're different heights. These lights are something that will draw your eye as well. It's fantastic.
We don't have a lot of lights like these dangling like multi-lights, so I really like them.
And the different sizes definitely help out, especially when you do
different
size wall heights.
I set up a dressing area for her subjects who come in if they want to come in and change their clothes.
And you can actually change your clothes on those, right?
Change outfit, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to go through the color variants, but as you can see, just a nice place for people. I gave them some privacy. I actually really love these screens.
The dividers, yeah.
They're just dividers for what you need, but you can go in. Let me show the color variants there. There's a lot of them. They double as dividers. The double again. Everything we created, we wanted to make sure it could also be a good backdrop for your Sims and taking photos.
Yep.
So yeah.
Did you just notice he sized up that librarian there too?
Okay, that's his favorite. That's his favorite object from
can't
this
let it
pack.
go,
He
man.
loves
I can't
it.
let it go. Yeah. Although I think I'm going to go with my favorite.
Oh
building.
yeah, that's more artsy.
Yeah. I just love the pink and black.
And I like that, but
works
like
out
honestly, that
really
wardrobe
well.
in the back, that's what gets me excited. I think we've only done one other wardrobe before, which was in Get Famous.
Right.
But even with that one, that was like a little bit more like brand new clothes, or somebody sent you those clothes to try on because you're a famous person.
Yeah.
And this is like a little bit more like in the
Downgraded,
closet.
right?
Yeah. They probably still care about their shoes. They still care about their fashion. But I think we're going to see this in a lot of builds going out. I think people are going to totally gravitate towards this.
You can tell we really leaned into the idea of the fashion photographer and like really making it available so you can build that space and tell that story of someone coming up as a fashion photographer.
Oh,
These fit that, right? Like this is believable to find on a fashion studio wall.
Yeah. Small little fun piece here. These are just deco objects, but they make your guitar feel like it can actually be amplified, which is fantastic. Just want to show that off. You got some more art on the wall over here. Art. It is art. But really, what this is set up for? Oh, I don't know. No one noticed my pink lights, but I really like that.
I know.
Yeah,
Pink
okay.
and orange.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go back over there. We'll get to the gallery later. So, speaking of art, you can put up art on the wall, or you can create your own. And we're going to do that.
How would you do that, George?
Yeah. So I've mentioned many times, so she is already a photographer, so let's get her a gig. If you know the freelancer careers, they are gig-based careers. So that means once you sign up for them, you have to go in and check for gigs. And she's at the top of her game, so she has all these unlocked. She can go in for the high-end, like level 5.
So she's a level 5
one.
photographer, ready to go.
Yeah. She can do finding the style. She can work with fashion influencers, or she can just do individual poses. But she's given a lot of leeway in what she wants to choose to do and work for. So what did you guys say? We want to do finding the style?
I don't know. Any requests?
Let's do that.
We request it. I mean, I like finding the style. It involves a style influencer. You guys also remember there was a patch at one point for the style influencer career. So this actually involves using the style influencer career sims that are in your game.
Yeah. So I've selected that gig, and now, as you can see, I have 3 tasks. Chat with the style influencer, take a photo of Sims in formal wear, and then meet with the style influencer. So, Joel, you worked on this a lot.
Yes, quite a bit.
How do we get to the style influencer?
So we have to find a style influencer, and like everything in our game, one of the easiest ways, go right to the PC. The computer seems to have all of our contact for everything, so there should be a new freelancer pie menu on it.
Yep.
And underneath that, you should see a chat with style influencer. Should even name the sim. If you're entitled to EP6 fame, then you'll probably have the one that comes with it, which is Izzy. You might know the sim from, Sims Mobile, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty famous
fabulous.
sim. Pretty famous sim. And he wants to talk with you and fill you in on the local scene of what's going on in the fashion world.
So we have a few freelancer careers already. In fact, we have several different career types. We have rabbit hole careers, we have active careers that we didn't get to work, we have freelancer careers, we have part-time rabbit hole careers. Really felt like the freelancer career was the career type that lent itself well to this type of gameplay.
Right.
You know, work on your own pace, work as much as you want, as little as you want, gain contacts, you're your own boss, you determine when you're going to work.
Totally. When you're talking about, especially an art-based skill like this, like you want to do things on your time, right? And you want to get paid when you're ready to get paid, wherever you're at, not on someone else's dime and on someone else's time, right?
Yeah. Now, Izzy talked to me through the computer in this case, so he just said he wants to see what I can do, as you can see over here.
All right. So then your next thing should be what? Your take photo of Sims
I need to take a photo of Sims in formal wear. But you know what? Over here, Alton, he's a little tired. And you know what? I don't really like his formal wear. In fact, I don't like him for this shoot. He is not in my vision. So, I want to choose...
Harsh, but that's fine.
It is harsh, right? I want to hire myself a photo subject. So, if you guys, not many people pick this up in the trailer, but there's this little mark right here.
It's so obvious. How could you miss that?
It's so tiny, right?
Are we going to start counting the gameplay objects? Because I mentioned this on Twitter, and people, I don't think they really understood how many gameplay objects were in this stuff. Appropriately, we stuffed a lot of stuff in this stuff pack. And this is, I'll say, probably the first gameplay object. What is it? The anchor object? Fashion marker?
It's the fashion mark. And you know, what everyone wants to know is how many colors it comes in.
No.
There you go.
3.
Tape.
I really like that black on black. That really like
really high
camo's in there.
But we'll get. So I'm gonna hire a fashion subject real quick. So what Mara's gonna do is she's gonna call up a fashion subject from an agency. Now they're gonna send over a random person. I might like them, I might not, but we'll see who shows up. And you know what? We're just gonna go with whoever shows up. We'll just say, where's that subject? Should come in.
Should have sent a message to you, I think, when she got here. I'm ready for my close-up.
Is this
There we
Mortimer?
go.
It's
It's
Dawn.
Mortimer.
Oh, it's Dawn.
Oh, it's Dawn. Mortimer.
Yeah,
And it's Mortimer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is my
Perfect
fashion
subject.
Well, you know, thanks for coming
He's
over.
got good
Mortimer.
formal wear.
Are we going to leave him in that outfit?
No, this is terrible.
Okay.
This is a terrible
all right,
outfit.
All right.
And
It's a
so-
little dated. It's about 5 years old now.
And this is why I didn't want to start in cast, because I want to show you guys that when you choose a fashion subject here, and say I'm doing high fashion, and no offense to Mortimer here, but this is his everyday wear. So I'm going to click on him. I'm going to find, again, my freelancer option here. And I'm going to, where's the plan is outfits?
There you go. Plain outfits.
So, and we're going to bring him into cast here real quick.
What was that show off photos interaction?
Oh, show off photos. We'll do that a little bit
All right,
later.
all right.
All right. So, again, stuff back.
Hey,
Around fashion.
new load screen.
Maybe we should show,
Nice.
show off some fashion.
Nice.
So, again, I tell you guys about Moschino. Like, again, high-end Italian fashion wear. Like, these are high-end, super high-end. So, you guys, this is the stuff you guys see on, like, New York City runway in Fashion Week and stuff. Outfits like this, they are art. And I say that in, like, they're not everyone's cup of tea, but when people wear them, it's like showing off a fancy painting you did. Like, they're supposed to be bold and big. People are supposed to notice you walking down the street. Like, a certain person plays this. If you're telling a story of a sim who's, like, really out there, really wants to, like, you know, increase their fame or do anything like that, these are great choices. There's a full body outfit. Everyone's been talking about this one. Like, I can tell you, this is in the real world. You can, like, go on Vogue.com and see pictures of this. There's only one of them in the world, but now you can get it in your game.
I really think this
Shoes
is
are
cool.
going with it, but otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, I like it.
We did add a few shoots.
I think we had
So
one.
you're actually hitting on one of the inherent challenges of this stuff pack. You know, high fashion, runway fashion. Sometimes those, you know, couture pieces can be a little over the top. It's almost like a concept car.
Right.
It's not really meant to be driven on the street. It's meant to show off your real kind of high fashion mark. So, you know, do I expect my walk-by townies to be walking by in that constantly? No. I expect to see this pretty rarely. I want to target this to very specific cases. So there was definitely a challenge in this pack of what Moschino assets will we support? And I think as you kind of poke around in cast, and I know, you know, next week when the pack comes out and we'll see a lot of, you know, videos from our favorite Sims players, they're going to cover all of this in depth. but I think we hit a really good balance between
Yeah.
a couple of, runway, over the top, high visibility pieces, and then a lot of wearable items that you could actually like see your sim in their everyday wear.
And what I really like about it is not only did the clothing selection is fantastic, it is terrific, but not only that, but none of the gameplay relies on any of it. So the whole freelance fashion career, the photographer career, doesn't rely on you having to use those Moschino assets. We're just asking for a formal outfit. You can make that formal outfit whatever you want. So you're not bound by absolutely having to use these assets if they're not your cup of tea. I happen to really like a lot of them. So
what I love is when I showed this off, how many people in our community actually told me they wanted to buy this? Like they knew about this jacket in particular much earlier than I had known about it.
There's a sweatshirt in here that I really like.
I mean, it's okay.
You think?
On that jacket, I want that black leather jacket. That's like...
Yeah, it is good. I'm pairing it with it because I chose the black pants. I think this is what I want for my photo.
Cool.
Okay. I just wanted to show these off. We have accessories. We have tops, bottoms, full outfits, male and female. We have... I'm going to do this as well real quick. I'm going to change his hair. I think he needs...
All right, Don, time for a makeover.
I think he needs some of our new Moschino hairs.
Moschino. Moschino.
As you're doing this. So I alluded earlier that, we're probably not going to see this on our walk-bys, and there was a question in chat of, like, how is that kind of controlled? So just a little insight into the dev process. So we go through and we tag all of the cast pieces, and we kind of tag them with styles and, combinatory allowances. So we do our best to kind of make sure the clothes that get paired together and that you see on NPCs actually, make sense. Sometimes we are better at it than others.
I like this.
I think we're going to add in an eyeball ring for every finger.
Yeah, that's what
and put those
most
on
requested
townies.
eyeball ring, right?
But we definitely did our due diligence on this pack and spent a lot of time making sure that the tagging would lend itself well to your as the player expectations.
Yeah.
So you can tell us if we were successful or not, but I think we actually did a pretty good job here.
Yeah. Now there's more cast items in there. We didn't even get to the female outfits, which there are more of than the male outfits.
There's so much gameplay we got to get to, you guys.
But I know your favorite influencer and streamer is definitely going to be going over all of these. I want to get back in game.
Our trailer showed off some of the cast and some of the build, but it didn't really show off a lot of the gameplay. So that's, I think that's our primary focus today is actually showing off this career and some of the new camera functionality.
So let's get into that. So as you can see here, we have a tripod, and on it is a camera. This is a brand new camera, but I'm going to put this in my inventory. You can put any of the cameras you have, whether you got it in Sulani or you got it in base game or you got it here. I know Alton over here, he showed up with his point and click. Oh no, he doesn't even have it anymore. He got rid of it. But he can add his camera, put that on here, take pictures from over here.
Also show it's live draggable. This tripod is not attached to anything. It's not attached to any backdrops, not attached to any lights. You can live drag this thing anywhere you want. Not only that, guess what? Throw that in your inventory.
Yeah. So you can just pop it in. You can take it with you wherever you want.
Oh, shoot.
Put it out, move it around. This opens up a little bit more freedom with what you can do.
This is one of the main differences between, a similar object that was on Get to Work, which was the photo studio. And that kind of came out as one big drape with attached lights and an attached tripod. That was one object that moved together. There was no way to kind of break those things up.
Right.
So now we actually have broken those things up. All of these are independent parts now. And I love the fact, not only is it live draggable, but it's inventoriable. So I could take that tripod, I could put it in my inventory, I can go out to all of the best picture spots and start using that to capture amazing pictures.
So just so you guys know, I do a lot of photography in my own time. So I had a lot of requests for this feature, and I had a lot of things I wanted to change with photography. So a lot of that is reflected here. You can see this backdrop, you can set this up. These lights, you can move them around, you can change their color. They're very intense, and they're made for...
Do they actually, work as you would expect photography lights to work?
They would expect as much as I would think floodlights and spotlights like this would, yes. I actually like the ones we have in this room right now.
That backdrop, though,
there's some very
I don't think
here.
that's an actual Moschino asset.
It's a good backdrop, but we could do better than that.
We could do better, right?
So
come on, guys.
There is that, yes. So I think everybody has seen this backdrop in the trailer, right? but they've seen this other thing, which I don't know if they realized was in there. So let's get rid of this. And let's put down this.
I'm gonna have to make some room in.
I am. You know what? We'll just do it round. There we go. What is this? This is what I like to call cubicle wall gray.
Cubicle wall gray. I love it. And it literally describes our cubicle
Now,
walls.
I really actually like how these two objects kind of like connect together. They scale really well. You can make a long wall.
All the way enclosure?
No, I would never do that. I would never make an enclosure that my sim can't get out of. That
fun.
seems
Yeah, yeah.
like not something that we would do in our game.
But, you know, being a photographer in real life, the last thing I want to do is be limited to cubicle wall gray.
Yeah,
So
that's not
we added all
useful.
these. We've added a bunch of different backgrounds. And so you get more of this. It goes around. You want to do the red carpet? Maybe that's what you're doing, right?
but this is not just a normal backdrop,
Yeah.
right?
But when you unpause, they all have little effects on them. And they all either move or have flashes or they do something special. So I'm curious what everyone's going to do here, but let's do his
But I
red
mean, it
carpet
can't
shot.
look like it's it's animating, but like if you put 3 of those forest, or if you put 3 of the same backdrop, are they actually going to look good together?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
look. Everything comes over. You see the little octopuses.
So one of the big pillars of this pack was, again, making it for you to customize. And like these backdrops are a perfect example of that. They move, so when you're taking pictures using these backdrops, just in essence of those backdrops moving, you're always going to get something different. You're not always going to get the same looking scene. You're always going to have a different backdrop even. I think that's really key because you're going to be doing this a lot.
Yeah. So let's go on to even more changes here. So I'm going to do something here. Let me do this. Turn off all lights in this room. Let's turn this light on. Again, I'm setting up.
Oh, the set is lit.
It's lit, everybody. Oh, sorry. Oh, I turned
Oh,
off.
you messed
Turn
up
off
everything.
this room. Turn on this light.
There you go.
See, it's a big, like, wide
Yeah.
floodlight. This is more of a spotlight. Turn on this light.
There
So you get
go.
these key lights. You can get, like, the frame. You can really work the light on this one.
You can really get a different lighting for everything. So it's really cool. I like it.
Oh, so I see a lot of new interactions on this tripod.
There's a lot.
So this tripod is kind of magical. George, what else does this tripod do?
So this is a great thing. So no matter your skill level, if you save up and buy this tripod, and then you put your camera on it, you will never have blurry photos.
Any camera?
Any camera.
But so no gnome pictures, no
gnome
thumbprint
pictures?
prints. Even if I'm like level 1 photography with
Yes.
the cruddiest camera,
You could be level 1 skill photographer.
this tripod
This
is
tripod
just
will help you
basically
out.
like an auto level up for me.
I don't know if you've ever taken pictures in real life, but a tripod is sometimes really that magical. The steadiness of it, it really does improve your photos.
I don't see this being used very often. People definitely like the blurry
Oh, yeah.
photographs.
I don't know why
they
you'd wanna
like
skip
the
any of that,
gnomes in their
but-
picture. I haven't seen any complaints about that.
Never. No one loves. Everyone loves those. But
Yeah.
if you don't, we just decided to offer you a way around it, just in case.
Yeah. So let me go through a few of the features here because I've asked for a lot of changes. Joel's put in a lot of changes. A lot of people have done a lot of work. So previously what you had is you had filters. You could change the sizes with advanced cameras, and you could rotate.
You still
Just
have
like
it.
this. You
got
still
all
have
that.
it. You have all that stuff.
That's cool.
But we've added new stuff.
A lot
And
of
I
new
think
stuff.
this camera can zoom in further. It can zoom farther back, so you could get that in there. But we've also done something fantastic, which is we've unlocked it. So you can now move all around your subject. Like, say the pose is great from here. As you can see, I want to get a side shot of him. This is a side profile. There we go. Let's take a picture here.
This was key
That's
for me. Every time I go to take a picture of a sim and I can't use tab camera controls,
Yes.
it drives me effing nuts.
The rotation was
hate
always
it.
like a big limitation, and then like sometimes I want to like angle down or actually look up.
Yeah.
Is that something we could do?
Like Mortimer, he's got a decent sized nose. So let's highlight that.
So I really wanted you guys to be able to
Yeah,
get a
the
different
Mortimer nose.
And so, like,
everything different, right? Like you can't really do that with the existing camera system, but with this, suddenly that same pose, you can take 10 different pictures from different angles, and it will always look different and always feel different.
And you actually just
Yeah.
hit upon another slight difference. So if you just have if you're using your cell phone camera, if you're using a camera out of your inventory, you're actually limited to 5 pictures at once before it kind of cuts you out of this UI. So using that tripod, we actually give you a little bit more. You can take 10 pictures in one setting before you have to re-queue it up.
Yeah, and we actually gave you guys a lot of this in the free update. You'll see that you can, you can now take these like larger photos, but this is also over there if you guys haven't noticed. But here is something we've added. You can now change your poses. Before you would have to leave your game to get this, or you have to leave the photo mode. But now I can get Mortimer to go through all of his poses. So I didn't like that dorky one he wants. I want a fashion pose. Can you get this here? Sorry, turn this off. I can now select the fashion category, and I can rotate through fashion poses. Oh, sorry.
So is there just like one pose per category?
Oh,
No.
what do we look like? You think we're gonna chump change it and just give you short? No. There is, I think, bare minimum 3 poses in each category. I don't know if George wants to go over each individual category. So
I think we will.
we tried to group these as best as we can with the existing moods. Some of the moods go into some of the existing categories.
We have default. This will randomize between all the poses you possibly have.
Awesome.
And now we have excited.
Excited?
Let me get his filter off. I was taking my. Yay!
Mortimer, man, you are an excited man.
Yeah, these they really go for it. Let's go through a couple of these excited poses. So now you can really get the shot you want.
Because one pose for one category is just not enough. Like you want to have some semi-balance of variance. So 3 seemed like the ideal number.
So some of these poses, as you know, are you've seen them come up in your pictures before, but some of these poses are brand new to the Moschino pack. So we get the flirty here.
Ooh, let's see a flirty pose.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. He's liking that one.
There you go.
Ooh. Bam.
Oh,
Bam.
randomize. It's going back to the
Ooh.
same one.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool. That's.
We have here relaxed. Hey, it's pretty chill.
Pretty chill. That's
Yeah.
pretty chill. Same one. Oh.
Yeah. Thoughtful.
So this is awesome. So now, like, within picture taking, I can now pose a single sim.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's awesome.
It is one of the things that I hated doing when I was taking pictures and always having to back out and back in, back out, back in. And it's like you mentioned earlier, same thing with the amount of photos. Like, adding all this variance, if you were stuck with only 5 photos, you would get through those ridiculously quickly.
Goofy.
Because
Oh.
you're taking so many. You're just taking so many now.
So
I like
Is-
that one.
posing limited to one sim?
I don't think posing is limited to one. Sim.
No,
I don't even
no.
think taking pictures is limited. to
Yeah.
one
So
sim.
let's back to let's call Alton over here real quick. So I'm gonna throw down another pose here.
So we've added.
Now you don't need to use this mark if you don't want to. This is just so I can get some more distance between the camera and my sims if I want.
So the mark is there for you to get. I kind of consider the stage mark an expert level photography tool. It's for you to literally direct where every individual sim in the photo you want them to stand at. So if you want that very nuanced ability, that's what that's for. So that way you can say, I really want this sim standing here for this picture.
So I see on the tripod there's actually kind of a couple of different interactions. One is, take picture of,
And now I
which
can select the 2 sims.
I can target anybody on the lot. They don't even have to be standing on the marks.
Right.
I can, and you'll see they
You'll
actually
see
get
they
off
will
the marks
move,
and
get
kind of
into
move
front
into a
of the-
position.
yes, exactly.
But I can also do take picture of sim on marks
And that would just show
and
up.
target them, and they stay exactly where we put them.
Yeah, and that will only show up with the ones that are currently standing on a mark.
Awesome.
So you would ideally put the stage mark down, ask them to pose on the stage mark, and then go to the tripod and say, take pictures of sims on stage mark.
I love
That will then pop up a picker with all those sims in it. And that gives you the nuance of who you're taking a picture of with. But if that's too complicated, just go straight to the tripod and do take picture of. All the sims will gather right in front of the tripod and just take a picture right there.
I love it. So we can pose single sims, we can pose paired sims.
I'll show you more of that later.
That's it, right?
No,
We can just,
that's not it.
that's
That's-
not,
okay,
okay. Okay.
Let's come
All
back to
right,
that, 'cause
all right.
I need something else for that. But first, let's show what we can do with those photos. I've taken them all. These guys are done. Let me back out here, turn the lights back on. Okay. Turn on all lights.
Oh, wait.
All right. So if you've used photography before, the photos show up down here in your inventory. Let me get a wall up. You can take them, you drag them onto walls, as you can see here. This goes into a little bit more of a free update we have as well. We gave you guys new frames.
Yes.
You
So
can
this
now
went out
add
with the latest patch.
Yeah.
So if you load up your games right now, you should
Yeah.
be able to change these frames into some new colors.
Yeah, actually, a personal win for me and Joel is that you used to be able to add frames here, but you couldn't change the color without going into build by. We now gave you the pie menu option. You can now update your frame. You can choose the different colors.
Yeah.
You see we have red. I'm going to go through these. Yeah.
Again, it just makes it quicker because when you have a bunch of photos as a fashion studio photographer, you're going to end up with tons of these all over your wall, and I don't want to go in the build by just to edit the frame. I just want to do it right
Anything
here
to
and there.
reduce a few clicks
Right,
is
yeah.
always nice.
Trying to save you guys a couple clicks. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
George was like, it is annoying for me also, so we're like, what can we do? Let's make an interaction for it.
Yeah. And I think with the patch yesterday, you would have seen all these colors and stuff showing up. So
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy that. Thank everybody who buys Moschino. Because
There was one other
they
thing
give
that
it a
came
quick
out with the
update.
patch, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, anybody who saw the Strangerville trailer
wait,
knew about
people are not
frames
excited.
on tables.
There was frames on table in the
okay,
Strangerville trailer?
There,
I didn't even know.
There may have been one that snuck through, and I think it was about time to actually make that real in-game for
Yeah.
everyone.
So you can now drag these onto surfaces, and they'll pop down in the right size.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
Ah,
I love how simple it is just to live drag it. You don't have to do fiddle with
Yep.
it. You just simple live drag it, place it where you want. It gets in the
Back and
right
forth.
size for you.
And
it
again, this is not part of the stuff pack. This is
free.
not part of Moschino's stuff pack, although it's going to be very useful in that stuff pack.
Yes.
But everybody has this now. So again, if you go in and load up your game,
There you go.
finally yours.
You
Again,
see different sizes. You will notice on some of the bigger ones, they size down to a
Medium.
surface.
Manageable.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You can see, again, not only did we stuff this stuff pack with a lot of stuff, but we also tried to stuff a whole bunch of stuff into the base game because we felt like if we're going to touch photography once again, we better make sure we're adding more things for you guys so that it feels worth it for people who still have access to photography who haven't bought the stuff pack.
Yeah, I will say something that I saw Del call it that she thought was weird. But we left in, we know it's a little bit weird, but you can rotate photos. And they will rotate to size. They will stretch in there. We put this in there because you might not always be taking pictures of Sims that will look all weird. You might be taking pictures of landscapes or some odd piece of geometry. It's really up to you to use this to be creative.
And actually, it works really well with the other object that I see you have over there.
What, this? No,
Yeah.
no one cares about this. What's
and
this?
That is a key object here. If you're going to have a lot of pictures and only displaying them in one frame, that seems a little ridiculous, right?
Correct.
So what else do we have here, George?
So we have a frame where you can put 3 photos in.
Oh, look at that.
Let me see if I have another medium photo here. Is this the right size? Yeah, look at that.
Ooh, fancy.
Wow. In the stream, we just got Steve really excited.
I was
on
like,
camera.
what is
He was
going
like,
on
whoa.
here?
I think we just blew his mind.
So I think this is like every family house hallway that's ever existed
Right.
has like an entire wall of these
Yeah.
with family pictures.
If your mom is anything like my mom, she has one of these per child
Yeah.
to just show off. Hey, here's him doing all these things. Here's her doing all these things.
I have 2 kids that are a little older than toddler age, but we actually have like the 20 picture frame for when they go in school.
Yeah.
And like, of course, we have 1 picture in there and like 19 empties.
I'm going to go over here because Bella stopped by earlier and keep talking about photos.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we added more over here.
So you've been doing some work.
Well,
You've
I
got
did a little bit of
gallery
work there,
going here,
right?
George.
So I was showing off, Ultima's over here taking photos over there. Bella, she stopped by for her fashion shoot. Just some general shots here. I think this is really nice, right? Show off. I'm really excited to see if people actually create galleries in their house for the photographer careers because I
That's
think
what
it's
I
really
end up
nice.
doing. Yeah.
But I created this wall over here I wanted to show people because I think it's really cool. It also shows a new type of frame we also have.
So this is a frame that
Yeah.
currently nobody knows about. This was
Yeah.
in the trailer, but you really wouldn't know what it is. It just
So-
looks like a frame, right?
So
Yeah.
what are we at here? I think this is 3 gameplay objects now. I feel like
I
3.
think this is the
I
third.
think
Yeah.
this is the third.
Yeah.
So what is this one, George?
This, let me get it, let me make sure I got the stuff, is a digital picture frame.
Digital picture frame. What does a digital picture frame do?
Well, do I need to really explain to you?
You definitely have to explain it to me. I've worked on so many objects on this pack. I forgot what they all do.
Yeah. So these picture frames, I'm gonna put this on speed 3. They will, you can put these up They sort of got a little illuminated look to them, but they will start cycling. I put multiple ones in here, right?
That's
There you go.
Yeah, so these digital picture frames, it's basically
Yeah.
like they can hold multiple photos and then
Yep.
cycle through them.
Yeah, and you can adjust the speed on it. So you want it to change every 6 hours, every 3 hours. Adjust speed 3 hours. So you'll see them, they'll start cycling through. Yeah. It's just a small little thing. If you don't have a lot of wall space, but you have a lot of photos, you can drop your photos in this, and they'll cycle out as your sim plays, and you can adjust that speed.
This is really important because, again, when I was working on this stuff pack, I mentioned this on Twitter, my screenshot folder exploded. I have more than 150 photos. When you have more than 150 photos and you love all of those photos, you're going to want to display them. So the digital picture frame allows you to have access to place them all in one area and just throw them all up. I think each individual frame has its own inventory also.
It's the horizontal ones have a shared inventory,
right.
and the vertical ones
And the
have
vertical.
a shared
So
inventory.
So, like,
anything you put
as you
into
see-
those inventories will go to all digital photo frames.
Yeah, so if I look at the two landscapes here and I look at manage photo inventory, I can see here that I have 3 photos, and that's what's in there. But these ones are all off. These are all Bluetooth linked.
Bluetooth.
So turn on-
Is it
turn on.
Wi-Fi or Blue?
It's SimFi, you know.
Sim-
It's Simfy. There we go.
Okay.
Simfy.
Yeah,
There you go.
Simfy. Cool.
But if I turn these on, it'll turn. I'll use that shared inventory. It got dark here, so that's why I
So
move
dark.
stuff. But
There it goes.
there we go. As you can see,
So they're going to start,
you got these
displaying it
really
out.
cool walls. My
Yeah, the
son's
thing that I like to do is I like to just drop a ton of pictures into these frames, and then I offset the time delay
Yes,
from
so-
all of them, so they're not all switching at the same time, and I get this nice variety of pictures that
Yeah.
are kind of constantly changing hour by hour.
Yeah. Oh, she did pee herself.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
no.
I was not paying attention to.
You do not take care of your Sims. I don't, man.
Oh man. Did we
And, you know,
What?
she peed herself in the Moschino
Oh,
sweatshirt.
interesting.
Uh-oh.
That's terrible.
Uh-oh. Not something
It's
you
not
want to
very
do.
smart.
What time is it? Oh, so there's something else I want to show. I'm gonna. You guys didn't see that.
We're not cheating.
I'm gonna show you something else that I really like about this too. So forever we've been building really beautiful worlds. If you guys played in Brindleton Bay, if you played in Sulani, a lot of times you want to go take photos in the real world. But your Sims, when they take pictures together, are sort of locked at a distance. Now, if you've taken photos in the real world, you know that sometimes you want to pose someone out on a ledge. Now you can do that. And let me show you how we do that using our new objects. So, as you can see, we're here. This is actually a world from Get Famous. I blanked on the name.
Del Sol Valley.
Del Sol Valley, yes.
Come on, too many worlds. Too
Did
many
you
worlds.
work at?
I did.
No.
And there's a great view, especially at night. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want them to stand here, is I'm going to walk over here as the photographer. I've got my photo mark in. I'm going to drop it in the world. Did she drop it? She dropped it over the edge, so I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to come over here because I want to get some distance of a good view. I'm going to drop off my... here we go. Put that down. Let's ask Alton to pose. No, here. Go here. Go pose. Wait for photographer. Come back here.
So it's cool. You can click on that X mark as the photographer and target other Sims to do it, or you can just tell your own Sim to go on there and wait and then switch over
Yeah.
and use your photographer.
And so I'm taking a picture of Alton over here on the subject mark, and my Sim is going to take a picture from way back here. And this is going to allow me to get a much bigger view of the city.
Now, because we've unlocked the camera once again, you can get up and close to them and
Yeah.
get the angles that you want.
Yeah. So now I get a good city shot if it was nighttime, which I should have planned better. You would get some nice shots there. But here, let's just make it dark.
But we have so many amazing worlds. Our art team, our environment team does such an amazing job at making these worlds that it felt criminal to not allow you to take pictures of those. Like they look so beautiful that your Sims.
He's
you're
very
gonna want
excited.
pictures
He
of
met
them.
a celebrity. Oh, shoot.
So this was a big ask that we wanted to support. So we're like, let's try it. And you know, I think it works fairly well with the marker and the tripod. It allows you to get those shots you want. Combination with the tab camera controls in photography mode. I'm really excited to see what you guys actually make. I'd love to see on Twitter because I had a lot of fun just doing it, but I'm not creative at all, so I want to see what actual creative people do.
Yeah, last count, you were somewhere over 200 photos in your inventory.
Yeah, I just take so many photos in this pack.
George, I like how you're doing the 2/3 like rule.
Oh, yeah.
Just like naturally. I don't know. if that was
I do it
intentional.
naturally. Yeah, yeah, it's okay, everybody. 2/3 rule.
Yeah, guys.
It's great. Always put the subject's eyes, you know, at one of these points. It's really good. Creates interest.
So
Leading lines suck in this, but whatever.
another thing I wanted to show here on the tripod, George, is the take picture with. One of the big asks that that Sims or players have had in Sims is, how do I get a picture of my Sim with someone else?
So I'm out here. I want to do a selfie, right? Let's do a take picture with. So now my two Sims can take pictures together.
Boom.
So
now
she set a timer.
they're going to get up. They're going to try to get into a good spot. Bam.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I love this because this actually shows off something the other one didn't. Our touching poses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See?
We have a lot of touching poses.
I don't know. Alton does not like this photo.
Not happy.
There you go. Yeah, now that's better.
I might have been in one of the gloomy movies.
So again, each of the pose categories should have a good variance in it for each multiples of Sims.
That's
way,
the photo.
I like that one. So again, we're trying to add as much variance to it as we can, so you guys can just keep going and keep making the photos that you want. There's a lot. I'm excited to see you guys uncover all the content that's in there.
So, just because I'm going to reference that old box that sits in the middle of your room, as seen on TV, that's not all, right?
That's not all.
But wait, there's more.
Let's put this in inventory. I'm going to go home. So, I'm going to invite over some of Mara's friends, because there's another thing I want to show.
We're going to invite a little group over.
Yeah, so Mara knows a family who lives down here in Del Sol Valley. Let's call them up and invite them over. Invite to hang out at the current lot. Let's get the family over. Because we can now take pictures with 3 people. And with toddlers.
So once again, Strangerville threw out there a 3 Sim photograph, which our previously didn't really support. So now we can actually support up to 3 Sims in the tripod with the stage marks and with the just normal tripod interactions.
They did say they're coming over, right? I didn't get... Oh, yeah, everyone's coming over. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm really excited. There was a picture that, went out a couple of years ago that was just kind of an artistic render where, we kind of showed a mom and a dad holding a toddler, and up to this point, it wasn't actually something that you could do in-game.
We didn't really support it.
We didn't really support it until this pack.
Yeah, kind of sad because...
Until this pack.
We really should, and so it felt like if we're going to touch photography,
how are you going to take
support this
family pictures unless you can actually take pictures of your family?
So we tried to frame a lot of the gameplay in these photo gigs for the career around not just high-end fashion photography, but you're also taking pictures of variance in age. So that means you got to get pictures of your family too.
Toddlers walk so slow. I just want to bring her over here. Okay.
Here's a question. Can you take a picture of yourself on the stage marks?
You can. Well,
can you take a picture of yourself on the stage mark? I don't think you actually can, because you can't meet those 2 constraints. You have to only do the take picture with yourself, which requires you to actually walk out. So that's the one thing that we don't support.
I mean, obviously, there's still the, take selfie interaction, so you can still take selfies, but not on the stage mark.
And again, I love the ability to live drag all this stuff. So we tried to make all this stuff live draggable. So again, you don't have to go into build by to like mess with some of this stuff, because it didn't really feel like that was intuitive. If you're doing things on the fly, you're going to want to move these stage marks on the fly. You're going to move your tripod on the fly, and your lights, because you're going to be I want the lighting over here for this picture. I want the lighting over here for this picture.
Yeah, and just let you know, take picture carrying. I have a toddler here. That's why this unlocks.
So that's a new interaction.
Yep.
So you're going to select
choose the dad. Yep.
And then the toddler to pick up. They're both going to come on over and get ready for their picture.
Toddlers. We need to put them on skates.
They just kidnapped that toddler. They're asking to pose
I did-
pictures.
Okay, I did not kidnap the toddler. This is a really long lot, and toddlers walk really slow. Oh, I should put them on the mark. Oh, well.
It's okay. You got the picture there behind him. It's almost like you planned this.
Like a
So-
picture on picture.
As you can see, we don't have a bunch of categories here. Obviously, there's no flirty.
No flirty,
There's no flirty.
pose with my toddler. Good.
But there
Good.
are different poses. And there's not as many, but as you rotate through them, you'll see You know, it's random.
It's
Whatever you
about
want to
2
do.
or 3. There it is.
Oh, I like this one.
So again, we tried to spend our budget wisely.
As you can see, I
a
was
lot of
practicing this
poses.
pose earlier on the wall.
So when you were clicking on the tripod to do the take picture carrying, there was a grayed out interaction
Which one?
that definitely interests me. What's
With
that one
this?
on the bottom?
What? With pet?
Yeah.
There's no one around to photograph.
There's no pets around to
Okay.
photograph.
I'm cheating.
Luckily, we can cheat.
I'm gonna cheat.
Don't look.
Create a pet.
Kinda,
Now, I will say we can't do it with just big dogs. You can do it with small dogs.
you can't do it.
You can do it with big dogs.
Can we do it?
You
Oh,
can
this
indeed.
one. Oh, yeah,
We
okay.
support big and small pets.
You're,
Wow.
you're that positive.
Oh,
Just
that
doing it live. Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Afghan hound.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? I am gonna put another one because I do want to get. Although you do need pets for this. We'll say
Yes,
that.
so you will need
Caveat:
pets.
you will need the
It is a
pets
pack on pack
expansion
design,
pack.
but
Cats and dogs would be
again-
required for cats and dogs pictures.
If we're talking about taking pictures of your family, and we're including toddlers, and if we arbitrarily said pets aren't part of your family, I feel like there might be an outcry.
Pets are part of your family,
So we
for
wanted to
sure.
include that also. So we tried to include the ability to take pictures of large pets and small pets. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that picture of your hamster. I know many of you want pictures with your hamsters.
Yes.
I worked on that pack. I also wanted to support that. I got the kibosh on it. I'm sorry. Maybe next time.
Unless it's a dead ghost.
Yeah.
as a
Well,
hamster.
that's fine. Dead ghost pictures are fine. That's normal.
I wanted to be able to pose with my goldfish, but they said no for other reasons.
In a table.
All right, let's get Alton here. Will be our he'll be our test subject. Oh, I know.
Cinderella Mouse says you tried, Joel.
I did.
You
I
tried.
really did.
There we go. Take a picture of some with pet. Let's choose Alton here. Let's choose Chester.
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 That's a good cat name.
All right.
Yeah, cat pics.
No.
Not weird at all. Sim Guru
I'm
Sarah.
more worried.
She's a
Wow,
champion.
call her out.
Aww.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what cats look like when you take pictures.
Yeah,
of
that
them.
is exactly what happened. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I guess it was okay.
Yep. There we go.
That is a.
There's an old Sim Guru Grand picture with him with his cat. I think that's that,
That is
right
that
there.
one right there. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ask
100%.
chat caption this photo.
Yeah, seriously.
There's not a ton of these, but they are cute and they work with all the cats and the dogs.
Yep,
Let's get
same
this up.
functionality. You can rotate, tilt, zoom,
It's all there.
pan.
Yeah.
And that was really important. Pets. I know people want pet pictures with their pets. Same with large dogs. People want pictures with their large dogs.
Asparagus.
These
That is a great name.
These are
That
the little
was the-
things that I'm hoping players see as us attempting to support multiple packs and the things that you ask for that aren't just like what we think you want. Because we could have just forgot about these pets, but
is
I know
Red
people actually really care about them.
Where'd he run off to?
Oh, he's trapped
There he
in here.
is.
There he is.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's take your photo.
She's doing it. She's waiting for that.
Wait for that pet.
Someone is trying to.
Oh no! See, that's the thing is when you introduce pets into a workplace, no work gets done. Everybody just wants to play with the pets.
They're all trying to take care of the pet.
Let's go. Okay, we're gonna cancel
Queuing it
this one.
up
Do it
again.
again. Yeah.
Our cheating may have
Our
inadvertently...
cheating may have broken it. There's a reason that cheat isn't the public cheat.
Okay, so we have the tripod, the stage mark, the new backdrop. That's 3.
Oh, that's why the family was there.
The digital photo frame, the collage photo frame. That's 6, I believe we're up to now. Wow, that's a pretty good amount of objects in a stuff pack.
Come back, dog.
Yeah, I think we might have inadvertently
It's not going. What is he doing?
caused a couple of problems.
Oh no! I think it just jumped.
And people always ask why
Alton,
we don't give
get
them
your dog.
dev cheats.
Dev cheats are a little dangerous.
They're dangerous.
They're a little dangerous.
Oh, well.
But overall, I mean, I hope you can see this is, to use your terminology, a stuffed stuff pack.
Right.
We tried to really hit all the angles. We didn't want to just overload on Cass. We didn't want to, not do any gameplay. I think you're going to find once you pick up this pack and load it in, there's a good selection of Cass items. There's a really good selection of build buy items.
Oh my God.
And the gameplay is deep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gameplay here, regardless of whether you want to use the fashion freelancer career or not.
That's key here. All of this stuff
Where
is
is
just
this
tied to the tripod object. You don't need to be a fashion photographer. You don't need to even touch the Freelancer Career. If you just want to take really good photos, just go into Build By, grab a tripod, throw it down, and start taking good photos.
Yeah.
The Career I literally put in there to teach you how to use these systems.
Yeah.
In theory, if you watch this live stream, you probably don't even need that Career, but it's there for you if you want.
Make some
One
money.
quick housekeeping
Money.
note on that is that I never gave Alton the career, so I want to tell you guys, if you need to figure out how to find this career, you can call up for it, or you can hit join a career. It is under the Freelancer Career category.
Bam. Freelancer.
So Freelancer, this is where you see now.
You see
can
now
do
there's digital artist, fashion photographer, programmer, and writer.
And so when you get it, you're going to get called for an agency. You choose Tomorrow's Style. They're the agency that hires you for these gigs.
And some of them are, they will ask you in very, very particular terms what they want. So you need to pay attention to the gig text when you're taking the gig. It will tell you what type of sim. It'll say if it's a child, an adult, or whatever. It'll say what they need to be wearing, if they need to be wearing formal, everyday, or any of those outfit types. And it will also tell you what type of pose. So you have those 3 different things that the gigs are going through.
Yeah, and as Joel said earlier, you're never going to be requested to put your sim in a specific piece of clothing. It's always going to be a specific category and a specific pose. So it's up to you as the photographer to find out or to determine, to define what clothes within that category is going to make the perfect picture for you.
Right. So we never did finish this gig. I just remembered.
George would do.
We still need to take a photo of a sim in formal wear.
He's formal wear. He's not wearing any formal wear. So we're going to put him in formal
Let's get
wear.
some
real
formal
quick.
wear on
That's
this sim.
informal wear.
Let's see if we can actually finish a gig here, guys.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna.
I really want to see Izzy
This is
come over.
one of my favorite outfits.
That's formal, right? Yes, it is. Let's get that one in there.
Let's get a new.
He's got a formal wear hat.
There was a couple of these hairs.
Piggy 18. That's what they're shouting.
Oh god. Where's the? I really like that. It's nice. Okay, he looks good. He's going shoeless. He's a beetle right
he's
now.
a good.
I like
sim.
the
What
slicked
was
back hair with the shaved sides without the man bun on the back. That reminds me of like my high school days.
Yeah.
That's like to date myself. That's like mid '90s style right there. You were the coolest if you could have that.
Let's give him some.
What color? What color? Yeah.
No, let's not do red. Let's do blue. Yeah, there we go. Just to
Turn off the Turn off all the lights in the room and then do the blue. I like the backdrop, just to show you guys how cool this can look. Go turn off all lights, and then do the and now take your picture. That's how. Oh, you gotta put that one.
No, you know what? I'm gonna set the intensity down on this one. Sorry. There you go.
Yes.
Then it
Now
just
get your picture.
shows the.
So this is just going to show you how, again, how much variance you can get with these pictures. Like, I'm really excited to see what creativity you guys have because.
And yeah, the lights I believe are live draggable and inventoriable
They
as
are.
well, so you can take them out with
I
your
chose a
tripod.
really bright background, so I'm gonna change that. Yes. you
Yeah,
can grab
George
these
is a
and move them
photographer on his spare time, which you probably couldn't tell from these pictures.
around. Oh. We're gonna do the city skyline. I like that one. for this
Cityscape,
one.
there you go. That one's nice. I love the cityscape. You'll see on my Twitter profile, that's the one I use.
Oh, you're reading chat.
I'm reading chat, Steve. We're probably not going to go dive back into CAS deeper. There's going to be a lot of videos coming out that's going to go through every piece in there. We really wanted to focus on the gameplay that people may not have been exposed to yet, so that's kind of what we're spending our time on today.
Yeah, that is a good looking picture.
It's a night on the town right
It
there.
is.
I like that. Ooh,
I'm gonna do.
that's light. That's light too.
It is. Thanks.
Look,
Thanks,
This
Joel.
guy's got some photography skill over here.
I know. I like how you just like naturally are always 2/3 getting some background, getting that negative space.
Yeah.
You get really good at pictures as you work on this pack more and more.
George's passion is probably also why he neglected to cover one of the deco items,
Ooh.
which is the lens.
Oh yeah, the lens. The lens looks really cool too.
Go show us the lens,
George.
George. Go show us the
Guys in
lens.
that lens.
The lens.
The lens doesn't have a lens cap.
It doesn't
on
have a lens cap, and it really bothers George.
It's gonna get dusty.
It's gonna get dusty. It's gonna get
Gonna
scratched.
mess up it- yeah,
do
it's
not
gonna-
do
it's
this
gonna
with
mess
your
up the
lens. It's
lens.
fine. I'll show you the lens. Okay.
You
I took my
completed that
formal wear.
test. Now you're gonna have to meet with the style. Let's show the lens, and then we'll meet with the
Okay,
style.
let's
And by the way, super small thing, but I absolutely love the little trunk table.
I do too, right?
I really like it.
I like when we get a chance to use other things as tables that aren't
Yes.
just a freaking.
Again,
Actually-
hits that like super industrial workshop kind of vibe.
Over here are two actually items I do really like, which is this little
I
wall
like that
hanger.
one a lot,
This
too,
is
yeah.
fantastic. It has these are gels. You put these on front of a camera to get color light. You get a reflector over here, also sort of probably a softbox lens. We try. Sorry, you guys don't care about that. Whatever. It looks pretty. Photographers
it's
like
authentic.
it. Yeah. But then you get this, which is fantastic, and I would totally have this around, except you don't put lenses like that with your lens exposed, because then dust gets on it and gets scratched, and then photographers' eyes bulge out.
Ollie goes, we care, George. We
Okay,
care."
okay, yes, right. That's right. I got some support in chat. So don't do that with your lenses.
All right, you ready to meet with the style influencer?
Yes, let's do that.
I want to
Okay.
see some Iggy.
Rant
Izzy?
off. Yes. I call them up through here, right? Or do I click
yeah,
on
I
the
think
phone?
that. You're in Build By.
I am in Build By.
George is off the rails.
See how much that lens frustrates me. I gotta set this the right way because I.
Oh no, actually, it's not on the computer. You already chatted with him. It's in
did.
your rail panel.
Oh yes, Izzy's my friend now.
So you will notice.
Oh, you can invite him over.
Yeah, in your rail panel now, on you should see an Izzy or
Where
a
is he?
style influencer
Ah.
here. Bam! There should be a meet with style influencer interaction. Look at that.
Hey now.
You can invite him over.
Oh, so now the dog wants to go. Okay, whatever.
So this is going to start a new event.
Yeah.
Um,
Can't believe
and-
we didn't even talk about that.
I know, right? So this is key because we already shipped a style influencer career. I really wanted to plug into that career. It felt
Yep.
like if we're going to have a fashion photographer career, it would not make sense to never interact with a style influencer. They go hand in hand. So this gig actually has you interacting with one. Now, it will be any style influencer in your game, so it could be one that you created on your own household lot, or it'll be one that the game has already generated if there is not one.
Yeah, so basically, if I was playing in this world with another character that Mara knew that was a style influencer,
It could
she
show
could
them.
be talking to them, right?
Yep.
I mean, I chose Izzy, but, because he's fabulous.
And then you'll have some
Fine
very basic objectives here. Like this one is present photographs, discuss fashion blogging, take selfie with style influencer. Really, it's just to tell that story of I'm interacting with this style influencer and he's helping me figure out how to get the best photos I can get for what's going on.
I've been taking a lot of pictures using the Realm of Magic pack. That's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Shall we
Don't-
go into that? Should we just start demoing that and talk about that now?
I would, but I think
could.
I think we're out of time.
Oh, are we out of time?
Yeah,
I'm
like-
sure Sim Guru Lindsay is somewhere yelling and throwing coffee at the screen.
Oh, but the taking pictures in Realm of Magic, it's just so useful, right?
It's really nice.
I'm
really
I
nice.
like it. It's a pretty looking back.
You might say they're magical pictures.
Oh, magic.
You see what I did there?
You might say that. I'm funny, so I would not say that.
Here, hit Alt Tab. See if you
That
can
is
answer
a
any of
great
these
picture.
rapid fire questions.
Can you resize the digital frames?
Can you resize? I mean,
With a cheat.
With a cheat, yeah, sure.
Zaleria has a question. I don't answer
know-
questions from her.
Oh,
Are there any upgrade options on the digital photo frames? No, I
think
don't
there
believe
are.
there's
I don't
any
think there
any
are.
upgrades.
Yeah.
Can you show female cast objects? Not
No.
today, but it's going to be a couple of days, and you're gonna run the gauntlet there.
yeah, to be clear, like we didn't go through cast, but there's
There's
a lot of
plenty
cast.
of. I mean, it's a
stuff pack.
It's a stuff
Like,
pack.
I feel
that's
like-
all
Can
about
you-
a fashion
This is my
brand. So
tribute to
yes,
Chester.
we
Can
have
you,
some.
can you do
feel
one
like
thing
people
real
are
quick and make 3 sims and have them all
believe that
stand
we're-
on the marks and take pictures of them on the mark?
Oh, separately?
Yeah.
Well, I think Izzy's here.
Get to your
I
marks.
can't do it.
Yeah, ask Izzy to pose on there.
Can you take pictures of Sims while they're sitting?
Has to pose. No.
No.
Cannot take pictures of Sims while they're sitting. Oh, Izzy's gone.
I mean,
You need more Sims.
it's the same functionality that's
just
always
higher
been there.
fashion.
You can have a sim sit and do a take photo,
yeah.
not take
Yeah.
photo of, but take photo, and obviously you can target the camera towards them. But there's no like posed sitting
And when
pictures.
they're all in there, do they take pictures?
Do vampires show up in pictures?
I think they do.
I
Yeah.
They do.
It's a great question.
We got
I-
special
so-
lenses.
Vampires didn't
That-
show up in pictures historically because it was film. Everything's digital now.
Yeah.
Even our non-digital cameras
Yeah.
are digital.
We have special lenses that
exactly.
don't get dusty.
So vampires do show up in
Is
pictures.
that other Sim posing? I'll make sure that other Sim is posing on the mark.
Has to pose. I think she's on her way.
And people want to know, like, how do you submit your photograph?
Once
really?
you have taken a photograph, on the photograph there will be an interaction under the Freelancer Pie menu, excuse me, that says submit for approval.
And it'll usually take a little time. It'll
We knew that was going to happen at some point.
It takes a
Now
little
use the
time, so
pose
once you
button.
submit the photo for
Oh.
approval, it'll take a day or so for it to come back into your mail if it was approved or not.
I really wanted to show this off. This is 3 Sims posing independently of each other on the stage marks. You'll notice the stage marks disappear in your picture. You'll notice that they each choose a different pose.
But the poop doesn't.
The poop doesn't. The poop stays. But if you keep randomizing, you'll also see they change location in the picture too, I think.
I kind of like that he's
so
not
they're
wearing
not always
shoes.
the same.
No, I think that goes when we. That's the other version.
Oh, that's the other version. You're
yeah,
right.
because this they stay.
They
if
have to
you
stay on
wanted
the
a mark,
stage mark. You're
yes.
right.
Because this gives you the control if you want them in specific poses. Oh, they're sad. I guess
you
it's
chose
because
that,
I
right?
We're going flirty. There you go. So you got some photos there.
So hopefully that is a good enough rundown on what is offered in the pack. Like I said, there's bare minimum 6 gameplay objects. There's actually more. We also added skill books for photography. So now if you don't want to use a tripod and you still want to get around those skill gates, there is a skill book that you can buy that comes with this pack that increases that skill. What was the other object? There's one more object. I think there's actually technically 8 objects in this pack, depending on how you count, since the book kind of isn't a new object.
This is where they switched.
Wow. There we go. It's so cute. Look at him.
So I think we're running out of time here.
There
The
we
cane
go.
is coming out to pull us off. I hope this was a good, quick kind of look and some insight into, Moschino stuff pack. I hope
Yeah.
we've piqued your interest. I
Yeah.
hope you want to know more.
It's been a long while since we had stuff back. So we're happy to bring this back.
Yes, you can take pictures of children if you're asking.
Yeah.
You can take pictures of toddlers.
We even have gigs for that.
Yes, we even have gigs for taking pictures of children, and I think we might have one for toddlers. So
Yeah.
all of the age groups are supported in this pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please hit us up on Twitter, SimGuru Ninja, SimGuru Mr. E, SimGuru
SimGuru
George.
Yep.
Let us know what your feedback is, questions that you might have, things that you didn't see that you'd like to see in the future. What are you guys thinking? We'd like to
Yeah.
we'd like to hear
Also,
from you.
like, we had some great support, like with Holly BB, Dr. Ashley. They loved it since they even saw the collection come out from Moschino. I hope they're happy with this one. But
I hope so too.
when's it come out?
Tuesday, which is a date.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, that's on PC. When's it come out on console?
Ooh.
I don't know when it.
A month later.
It says it on the trailer.
Did we
It says it on the trailer.
It says it on the trailer. We did.
announce
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Comes
yeah.
out
we
a
did
month
announce
later.
it.
So Tuesday the 13th is when this is coming out on PC Mac, and I want to say it's roughly a month. It might be like 3 weeks later is when console's coming out.
Oh, gosh.
Peep out my
September.
Twitter.
No.
I'll be posting picture of a lot of pictures in the lead up to the release, since I have
September 3rd.
so many.
Thank you,
pictures.
Z-Man.
This looks like a horror
September
trailer.
3rd is the actual PC release date.
No, that's the console
Console.
release date.
Okay.
Oh.
We live here, so we don't see the sun. We don't see the calendar. It's just we have no sense of time.
I
Just
just
like-
make pictures.
Those
I
glasses.
just make photos.
Feels like you do see the sun.
I see it
Did that other
all.
photo
I,
ever come out?
yeah, I do want you guys all to know that the base game feature with this still does work. You can look at all your pictures down here in the camera options as well in the gallery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know about that base game functionality.
I think a lot of people also realize all the pictures you take with this system, they all go into your screenshots folder. So you'll have all of those pictures also if you want to post them in social media.
Yeah.
So please look for them there and start posting them, because I want to see them all.
Cool.
Oh man, I forgot. This was the beginning of stream. This has been a long stream for stuff.
Like
Where
I
did
said,
that
you take
go?
a lot of pictures, man.
Steve's angry. He wants us to leave. He's hungry.
I'm hungry.
mean, I'm not. I'm just saying there's a deadline. You guys have passed that deadline.
Okay.
You could. You know what you could do is send them out on some new music.
Yeah,
Oh,
new
hey,
music.
that's
Yeah,
right.
there is
New
some
pop
music.
song.
Not only did we stuff this stuff pack, we stuffed this stream.
Ah,
Oh man. Let's see. What's our new music here? Pop
it is
station.
on the pop station. At the very bottom, we have.
Well, I gotta get back to work, guys.
Oh man.
Goodbye, Joel.
I'll see you guys later. Keep you
Uh,
guys later.
Cool.
Okay, now that
Bye, everybody.
now that we're off, let's start Realm of
Realm of
Magic.
Magic?
Let's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
load
already
it
on here,
up.
right?
let's